Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
All right, let's do this. What episode is this? 30?
29.
Oh, yeah, 29. Okay, here we go. Ready? Why is this the hardest part of the podcast, is starting it?
I don't know. Just start
So
it.
weird.
Just say, I don't know.
This is the New Leaf Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 29 of the New Leaf Podcast! Is that pretty good?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Got
feel
everybody.
bad for
What?
the volume level on that one when they're listening. It's just going to be...
You know, I have the magic editing fingers. I can turn it down.
I don't want to know about your magic editing fingers.
You never see me working that keyboard when I'm
Stop.
editing
Okay,
that.
Stop! Thank you. All right. Well, this week we're not going to talk about anything except for the game that we both played and maybe some other stuff as well. So,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about some stuff though. I mean,
Well,
I
what
think we need to-
besides the topic, the main topic, have you done anything particularly special this week?
well, I think I talked to you about it, like how you can, like you can get early promotion. You know, I think I told you about that before.
Yeah, I think so.
But anyways, I had my trial. Well, so to get this, you have to have a package, which I do have a package put together, which is pretty good. But besides that, you also have to go in front of a board of like the highest ranking enlisted officials that there are, and you have to. They kind of like each person asks you a question, like current event type deal, each one by one, and then I had a mock one, like a trial one on Friday. So that was pretty interesting.
They asked you current events questions.
Kind of like just and it's not like a right or wrong type deal. They're kind of more looking about how you answer. You know what I mean? Like your mannerisms. Are you calm?
yeah.
Are you controlled? You know, do you really understand what's going on around you? Do you have somewhat of a grip on things? So, and they asked me my questions.
So
and,
better than 90% of Americans.
Right, exactly. So that was the fake one, and then Tuesday is the legitimate one. So, and they hand out, I think, 3 or 4 stripes out of like 27 or whatever there is of us going up for it. So if I win one of the stripes and I get promoted early, then I will be eligible to test for staff sergeant in May. So by like the beginning of 2017, I could be a staff sergeant if all works out how I would like it to.
When do you become a Master Chief?
When I join the Navy.
Why is it, what's different about being a staff sergeant?
Staff sergeant is, I mean, just like a leader, more of a leadership position. I'm no longer in that lower ranking enlisted, and I'm kind of in the middle.
I mean, does your job change or?
I'm just more or less than the one being orders are like directly given to me. I would now kind of become the person that's starting to issue the orders out. If that makes sense.
So you become the boss?
Kind of, yeah.
All right.
So, but we'll see. It's pretty nerve-wracking, so I'm sure I'll be fine. They said I wasn't nervous, didn't seem nervous at all on Friday, although I'm just really good at making stuff up and lying on the spot. So that's probably why they said that. So which they don't know that about me, but
Yeah, no, you never really sound nervous.
so But well, I'm glad that you think so, because maybe it's true then. But so we'll see what happens with that. And besides that, I mean, one of my favorite not old time, but 360 games came out remastered, which you know about. Castle Crashers came out,
Yeah.
and I got to beat that again with the Blue Knight, my dog. So that was really fun.
Why is
It's
it
kind of-
remastered? Like, what is it? Because, I mean, it wasn't like some super high graphical feat
It-
when it first
yeah,
came out. But
I mean, I think it's so smooth. Like, I know it's been a long time, and it, like you just said, it's not one of those games that would take a giant leap. But from what I can remember playing the game, it seems a lot more smooth than it was the first time around.
okay. I downloaded
So-
it, but I just haven't played it.
Yeah, we'll have to play this maybe this weekend or something. Not like today, but
Yeah.
sometime. Well, one thing I want to say that last Sunday after the podcast, holy crap! Like they put Action Sack. If you're a Halo player, you know what Action Sack is. It's a playlist inside of Halo's multiplayer, and wow, I love Action Sack. It is so fun.
I hope
So-
I hope when Halo 5 comes out they have all of that stuff. I think they said Big Team Battle wasn't going to be in there like right off the bat.
Well, that's because they're gonna have that one game,
Right,
called
I think-
Warzone. Or
I
whatever
don't,
it's
yeah, I
called.
think the main thing is they're saying like they want to make sure that like that'll work or whatever because they have had all these trouble with online stuff. But yeah, I think part of the reason too is they want people to play the Warzone, which looks really cool. But
Yeah, Warzone looks a little hectic, so
I
I'm
hope
excited for that.
still hope some of the classic stuff is back in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, just that. I don't know. It was a fun time. It's just a good example that Halo is just always fun, always will be fun. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. But
Yeah, there's really like I have the rare replay, and I haven't really talked about it much because I've kind of just been playing stuff off and on. Like if I'm bored, I'll go in there and decide to play something really quick. But a lot of those games, like they're okay, but they're really not like super fun. Like you get way into it now just because of their age. But I mean, we can turn on Halo 2 on the Master Chief Collection, and it's still like just as fun as it was when it first came out. It's crazy like how well the
Yeah,
older
that-
Halos hold up.
that is a good point because whenever you hear about like an old game coming out that when you were younger, you're like, oh man, I had so much fun playing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then when you play it, it's kind of like, whatever. I mean, that's how I always felt when they were like, "Oh, we're putting Sonic the Hedgehog out for the arcade." I got hyped up because I freaking love Sonic, but you can only play it when you played it for like hours upon hours on end when you were younger. I mean, there's not really much to do when you're older. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but Halo is definitely one of those forever in my heart games, without a doubt. So.
What do we have? We've got like 6-7 weeks till Halo 5 comes out.
So I don't know, but it's too long. I'll tell you that.
I think that's the that and Battlefront are like the main ones that I'm gonna get. If I we've been talking about the Best Buy Gamers Club thing. If I get that, I might get more because I'll save money. But in general,
I'm definitely getting that, so we should just get that together.
I guess I can go by there at some point and find out about it. But anyways, I wasn't going to get any games until Halo 5 came out, but I ended up taking a couple of games and trading them in, and I got Metal Gear Solid 5 for like $30 the other day, so I did that. I got the last copy in the store, so I looked out.
Meant to be.
Yeah, I guess so. But I've been watching videos and stuff and just looked really, really cool. And even though Ground Zeroes was like, I don't know, I didn't really like it. I felt like it was way too easy to get caught. And you didn't really have like a whole lot of options as far as your equipment and stuff you could do. But 5 is like I don't know what really the difference is. I don't know if it's just like the amount of equipment customization you can do, but I'm liking it a lot. I've played, I don't know, I've maybe put close to 7 hours into the game since Friday afternoon, and it's a lot of fun. I think I've only done, I don't know, I've maybe done like 20, 25 missions, but not very far into like the main game at all because I've been doing all the side
when
stuff.
He says 20, 25 missions, he means primary and
side ops. The primary missions and the side ops.
Yeah.
And they give you a lot more side ops than they give you like main story missions, so I haven't progressed much in the story, but the side missions are still fun. It's so fun running around and putting everybody to sleep and then extracting them all with the balloons.
Just the way that you can, just every opposite, separate, whatever you want to call it, angle that you can go about doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I really enjoy about it.
It's still pretty easy. Like I was getting tired the other night, so I was just trying to finish a mission really fast. And so I just ran into like this huge base and just shot everybody like all out fighting. Or you can, sneak around and knock everybody out, or not even touch anybody, just sneak around and pull somebody out. Because I did that once, I think on one of the side ops, one of the ones where you have to rescue a prisoner. I snuck into the base without touching any enemy character. Like I just snuck around them all, picked the guy up, took him out, and ballooned him out, and then I ran off. So it's really, really cool, kind of the totally open way you can go about doing anything. And I was thinking too, like if that's how the new Ghost Recon is going to be, it's going to be super awesome. Plus, like doing it with your friends, be really, really cool. I haven't liked some of the Metal Gear stuff in the past because it's just been super weird. Like, it's just all kinds of weird stuff going on. And there kind of is in this game, too, like the prologue. The whole, like, prologue
kind
sequence.
Of is. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, not kind of. It's, like, ridiculous, like weird stuff. I mean, there's, like, this devil, like, flaming devil guy riding, like, a flaming unicorn chasing you. And you're shooting at him with a shotgun. It's like, ridiculous. So I don't really understand like anything of what was going on in the prologue. But so far, I mean, there hasn't been too much weird stuff once you get out into the main game. I mean, there's like kind of quirky things like when you get on your horse, it's like this little dramatic camera shift and it plays this like little drum roll thing. And then when you extract guys with the little balloon things, like if you knock a character out, you can tie them up to a balloon and they shoot off and they go back to your home base and you like convince them to join your army. And like it's just funny the way the balloon is because it kind of floats in there for a second and then they take off and they like yell the whole way where they're riding up.
Yeah.
And if other enemy characters see it, they're like, a friendly just got carried off by a balloon.
Yeah. Or they're like, dang it, they got one of us. Like, who are you expecting to come in and like balloon people out? Like, were you expecting that to happen or what? Cause...
I think there's one mission where you have to extract these 3 like kind of bigger boss guys, and they're talking about this balloon, like trying to figure out if the balloon is like some new weapon or something.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is funny. And then you can extract like animals too. There's like a little puppy dog you extract with the balloon. You can extract wolves out. You can extract sheep. I was running around. You have like a prosthetic arm. It's like a robot arm, and it has a stun capability if you use a melee on somebody. And I was out of the sleep gun bullets, so I was running around with the arm, and I saw like a couple of donkeys, and so I just like sprinted up and like arm punched the donkeys and knocked them out and then ballooned them out. It was hilarious. And then like the main stuff, I just did a mission where you talk to what is his name, like Skullface or something like that.
That's definitely not his face, but
And
or
it's
that's
something
definitely
like
not his
that.
name.
It's
No,
Skull
it's not.
something,
No, it's not.
whatever his name is.
Don't give any names away. Like, don't like spoil it for anybody. Are you kidding
Well,
me?
he's in every game. He's in every Metal Gear game. They all have the same characters. But anyways, he's got these like zombie guys on his team that come out in this mist and they like jump
They're
around.
called the Skulls.
Yeah, do crazy stuff. So I like. There's no explanation of what they are and how they have all these crazy, like super fast running and jumping and stuff like that. So still some weird stuff, but not as much as the older games where it's like overwhelming.
Too much to handle. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really, really westernized. I think I talked about that when we talked about Ground Zeroes. More kind of like the more recent Splinter Cells, where it's kind of it's a good mix between like the stealth stuff and the action stuff. And
Yeah.
like Taylor said, you can kind of go about it either way. I mean, you can just go in there totally strapped and just like blow everybody away, or do it super stealth and really good balance. So I like
Which
that.
something I like to do, which I didn't say this before, but I mean, like a noise will attract an enemy, obviously. So if you're in an outpost with a watchtower, if you will, kind of deal, you can. Well, what I usually do is I'll put a C4 at the bottom of this of the ladder, and then I'll climb the ladder, and then I will stun the person at the top of it, and then the enemies, like what they are programmed to do or whatever, is to come up and kick the guy to wake him up,
Yeah.
So when they come over and to kick him at the bottom of the ladder, I just detonate that C4 and I just start the show, and then that's what's cool about it, because you can start like a gunfight with with an advantage, I guess you could say. Like you can be up on a hill with a rocket and then blow up a tower and make it fall on somebody and then just start killing everybody else at the same time. So, but I love it. I'm really glad that I decided to get the game for like $10 or $17. So
Yeah, I wish you got it on Xbox.
shush.
But another thing I like too is I like the games that kind of incorporate some bigger like overall, like you're kind of building up your team or whatever, and that's kind of how this game is.
Yeah.
You have like this oil rig base out in the middle of the ocean, and you can build like new facilities and house more people. Like everybody you extract goes
It's not
to
even
your
that you
base.
can, it's kind of that you have to, because when you extract, your base can only hold so much. So
Right. Yeah, you have to constantly be building and upgrading stuff to make more room for your staff. And the more staff you have, like the faster you can upgrade weapons, the more weapons you can get, like the higher like level stuff you can unlock. And there's like different modules. There's like a research and development. There's base development.
combat,
There's medical
team.
and combat. Yeah. And then like a
And then
command center.
once you start your combat center, you can send like little detachments off to do missions and pretty much obtain flowers and not flowers, but plants, medicinal plants, stuff like that. So you don't have to, be worrying about that while you're out and doing a mission.
Yeah,
Because-
that's one of the most frustrating things, like having to wait to find, especially the fuel, because it takes forever to find enough fuel to do anything. But
Yeah.
but you like, there's actually a point. Like a lot of games, you do all that stuff just to, like I said, upgrade like your weapons or whatever, and go forage for additional resources. But there's actually like another point that to building up the base, like putting more defenses. You can extract like machine gun emplacements and all that stuff to add to your
Mortar
base.
emplacements, and
Yeah,
once
but
you upgrade your balloon, you can extract like anti-air emplacements,
yeah.
stuff like that.
But eventually, they haven't released this part yet, but there's going to be like a multiplayer component where you can actually go invade another character's base and like steal stuff from them. And I believe you can do it in co-op too. It's like you and like a friend can go invade this other guy's base and sneak around and like try to steal his stuff. So the more defenses you have, the more like the more wary you can be of that happening. And you can actually, like, you can be on your base fighting some guy, like trying to find, like you yourself trying to find some other guy that's in your base instead of it just being like all kind of computer background stuff. So
Right.
that sounds really, really cool. I'm excited for that to come out. I'm trying to get all my stuff built up so nobody's stealing my junk.
Which they probably will be, so.
But the base is like crazy huge. I mean, it like
Yeah, once it gets big enough, it's almost like obnoxious because you kind of have to drive a car everywhere to get to different spots.
I don't even drive the car now. I use the helicopter to go to the different platforms.
Yeah, you just tell them to pick you up and then
Because
fly
it takes so long. Like if they're all the like the extra platforms are connected to the main central platform, but they're not connected to each other. It's like if you're on the base development platform and you want to go over to the R&D platform,
to drive
you'd have
all
to
the way back
yeah.
to the main one,
And it's
drive
like
all the way
it takes a couple of minutes to drive over the bridge. It's
definitely at least a couple
ridiculously
minutes.
long.
Yep.
So yeah, it's way easier to just have the helicopter pick you up and fly over. I don't know why they're that far apart. I guess maybe I kind of had this thought. If somebody's invading your base and they're on one platform, like it would take them longer to get from one platform to another one because they wouldn't have the helicopter.
Well.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Instead, like if everything was right there next to each other, they could just run all over your base like in no time flat. But
Right.
having them like so separate, I guess maybe that would make it better for that situation.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that coming out. Yeah, all the like the abilities and stuff is like crazy amount of stuff you can get. The user interface is a lot better too on this one than it was on Metal Gear Solid 4. That's the only other one I've played. Like requesting drops and stuff like that. It was just really confusing to find what you're looking for in the other one.
I love Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4 was kind of like way off the spectrum though compared to like the storyline and what was going on and stuff like that. But
Well, I have no idea what's going on in the story, so I like playing the game.
But so far, I mean, the only not issue I have, but the only worry that I have about this one is that there's so much extra stuff that you could do that I feel like it'd be easy to lose sight of the main thing that's going on around you. I know there's a ton of missions, a ton of story lit missions. I mean,
Yeah, I think I saw and I
it's
don't
close
know. I don't
close
know.
to 50 or 60, I think.
No, I don't know if this was like all like main plus side missions, or if this was just main missions. But I finished one mission and it said 9 out of 157. So it's either both or.
I completed a side ops mission, and it was like side op mission like 83 or something like that. So
Either way, it's a crazy amount of missions.
that means there's a ton of missions.
But I was thinking about this the other day too. Games like this, where it's kind of more like direct action oriented. I'm kind of more likely to spend a whole lot of time playing through those in the open world setting, rather than like as opposed to like an RPG.
Oh well, yeah.
Where I mean, the RPGs I like them, but it's just it takes too much time to like build up stuff and go to places. Like this one, you can just you can load up and kind of do whatever you want to. I mean, yeah, it's hard. Like you can fail missions, but you get into action a lot faster. So even though it would take forever to go through the whole thing, you kind of have that more immediate payoff, I guess, rather than RPG. I mean, you could spend 2 hours running around in an RPG and like not even fighting, like not even getting into combat, like solving puzzles or whatever. And I mean, I like those, but like nowadays I don't have the time to really put into something like that.
Yeah, because in RPG you gotta spend. That's why I had to. I sold what's it called?
The Witcher?
Elder Scrolls.
Oh, you sold Elder Scrolls?
I sold The Witcher too, but yeah, just because, like you just said, I mean, I don't have the time to put into the Elder Scrolls to make it beneficial for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not. I mean, me getting on there as like a level 11 for like an hour out of the day, well, that's not gonna do me anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to put a lot of time into it.
And like this, I mean, you could, if you have like a half an hour, you could get on, deploy 3 like detachment missions, and also do like a side ops while you're playing. And that's, I mean, that gets you a lot of stuff right there alone. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only exception I would make is maybe if they like um maybe like a new Elder Scrolls, not like an online, like a MMO, but an actual Elder Scrolls. I would make an exception for because I like those. And then if they made like a really good Lord of the Rings RPG type game, or like a new Star Wars RPG, which I believe that somebody's working on
they're
a new
making that,
Star
yeah.
Wars RPG, but at this point, those are kind of the exceptions. And The Witcher, I mean, I've been like slowly, I'll get on for a little bit, like like once a week or something like that. But there's just so much stuff to do, and it's hard to find time nowadays. In being an adult, hard to find time to really sink into doing all that stuff.
that's why I'm glad that I played it when I did. Apparently, I didn't have many things going on when I played it, so. But since I got to beat it and everything, but
I'm the kind of person too where I like to do all the side stuff. So if I just run through the main story, it's I don't know, like I can't do that. I have to do all the side stuff as I'm going along. And like something like The Witcher, it gets boring after a while, I guess, when you're doing like run around like doing all the little like solving mysteries or trying to find this one person and
yep.
talk to them for a second and then go tell somebody else what they said and all that kind of stuff.
And don't get me wrong, The Witcher's a great game, but people, I mean, I go back and play that game again, good for you, but I just could not go back and play like The Witcher again. I mean, it's a great game, but like you just said, I mean, I don't want to go back and look for the same person I looked for, beforehand.
Yeah.
It took forever.
Yeah, something like The Witcher, I mean, it's going to be, I mean, you can make different choices, but as far as gameplay, it's going to be pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Whereas something like Elder Scrolls, I mean, you could be like an entirely different class when you go back and
Right.
play it, but at the same time, you're still doing basically the same missions. So it's been a long time since I played Skyrim. I don't know if today, I don't know if I'd have time to really put into something new like that. But yeah, that's why I was kind of afraid to get into Metal Gear because it was open world, and I've just increasingly finding myself not having time for that. Like, I'd rather just turn on Halo really quick and play a couple of rounds. But with it, like I said, it's a faster and higher payoff to get on Metal Gear really quick. Even though it's open world, you can just do a mission really fast. You don't have to like spend all your time running around and searching for stuff and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. So I really like that aspect of it.
And I really like I just like to do, I don't know, you can call me whatever you want, but I don't know, I guess I just like to do really morbid things in games, but I really like it when you, and you're in a firefight or whatever, let's just say you just want to kill everybody or just wound them so you get to an objective or something, and then you walk back over and the guy's, the boss is like, if you're going to extract someone, make sure you do it by helicopter when they're very weak or whatever. So I'm like, well, this guy's useless. So I just like unload on him right there and just like straight like from the chest to like the skull, just like bullets all
Oh my
over into.
gosh.
I don't know. I just like doing stuff like that. They deserve it, So that's what I like about this game. I just like, and if you play it, you'll realize in like the first hour of the game that how brutally like gory this game is.
It's not
So,
brutally gory.
like the first cutscene is pretty nasty.
Which one?
When the one person's getting like something like cut into their throat and you can see like their neck and like inside their throat and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. What I like to do, I love when you're riding a horse, and like you're riding a horse through a like
The
a
horse is
base.
one of your battle buddies,
Yeah,
just so you know.
yeah. Like that's your like at least in the beginning of the game, that's like your main mode of transportation around the world. But when you're riding a horse through an enemy base and they see you and it goes into the reflex mode, like the slow mo, I love pulling out my gun and just like pulling a headshot off on them in slow mo, like on the back of a horse while it's
Yep.
running so fast. That's like one of the coolest things to do. Or like if I'm sneaking around and I get detected and I'm on foot, I'll jump up really quick, pull out the little sleep gun, and just slow mo like go to each person, just shoot them a dart like right in the face and put them all to sleep.
Yep.
The slow mo's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to share your slow mo story with the rest of the world?
Oh, the one I told you about earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, well, as I was talking about earlier, you can kind of do it. There's a bunch of outposts in the world, and you can pretty much do whatever you want at them. Like I said before, you can kind of take them over however you please. Do whatever you want with the people, as long as you don't get killed, obviously. But I figured out I could do this, and I'm totally like in love with it now. So what you do is you kill everybody you're gonna kill, whatever. And then after that, you're like, oh, well, you know what? There's this one guy that's still alive, and I don't really like him that much. So what you do is you stun him or put him to sleep. Because if you put somebody to sleep, once you kick them while they're on the ground, it will automatically wake them back up. So what I do is stun them and then bring them over and place them in front of like the 30 caliber machine gun emplacement that they have. And then I kick them and then run back around and get on the turret. And then they stand up and they look around and they're like, oh, what's going on? Then once they spot you on the turret, it goes into reflex mode. And then at that point, you zoom in and you blast them in the face with the turret. And it's just amazing. I mean, there's just no other words for it. It's just the best feeling ever. Because they just don't know what's happening. Like, while you're just like putting a bunch of giant bullets into their face and their body. And it's amazing. And then their faces look like someone just poured like grape juice all over their
Oh my
face after you
gosh.
get done shooting them.
There's something wrong with you.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with me. So, but yeah, I just really like all the slow motion. The only thing that's annoying is when somebody has a metal helmet
Yeah.
and I'm trying to put them to sleep and all I hear is a ding.
Well,
And
you
then-
wait for them to look at you and then you shoot them
Well,
like
I
direct in
know.
the face.
But when I don't think about it and I just do that, and then the guy's like, oh, whatever, there it goes. And then they find me because I just shot some metal helmet like an idiot. So, I don't know.
I'm trying to upgrade the sleep gun to where it's like has more impact, so it takes less body shots.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice because I like shooting people like 3 times and they're running at you and then they just get real slow and they just fall over.
I like if two guys kind of are alerted that you're nearby, they're kind of like walking around really slow, like looking for you. And if you shoot them with the suppressed sleep gun, like they don't know where it comes from. It's like they got bit by a gnat or something. And I'll shoot them. Like I'll shoot one, and then I'll wait a little bit, and I'll shoot the other one, and just watch them as they're like sneaking around trying to find you. And then all of a sudden, one will just fall over asleep, and the other one starts freaking out, and he's like going crazy, and then he's running around, and he just falls over.
Yeah, I love that.
The stealth stuff, I don't know. It did a really good job.
They were always very good at it, but I just think I don't know. I mean, when I was, with the old ones at least, when I was younger, I mean, holy crap, this Metal Gear was so difficult. Like,
Well, I never played any of them besides the last one, 4. And it wasn't really difficult, but I never finished it just because it was too weird. I don't know.
I loved 4. The story in 4 was really awesome, despite the fact that it didn't really make sense. But I mean, if anyone played 4, the last part of the whole game was, old Snake and what's his name? Just like old men fighting. And then I don't know, it was like a really good ending.
Old men fighting.
Yeah, I mean they were just like old and worn and torn. Snake was like super old in Metal Gear
Yeah,
4. So
I know.
that's what I'm saying. Like he had enough. They were just talking like about what had happened, and they were just punching each other slowly. And I was late to school that day because I think I said this before, but I don't know. I just wouldn't. I wanted to see what happened, and that end part took so freaking long. Like, because they just kept punching and talking. I just wanted to know what they were talking about, so I just couldn't leave. And I was like, well, it happens. So
I guess you could say that.
you guess I could say that? No, you know that it happens. I know that you've missed things because of video games. And don't lie like you haven't.
Maybe I have, but I don't remember.
Yeah, don't act like. Don't say maybe I have.
And I think I've definitely skipped school to play video games before.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? Halo, hello.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like,
Is that even a question?
no, definitely not a question. Hey, so,
What?
did we talk about this? Battlefront is getting a beta?
I think you mentioned it to us, but I don't think we talked about it.
Yeah,
the
so
podcast.
the Battlefront is getting a beta in October next month. I'm curious to when it's going to come out. I hope it's not the week of Halo 5.
I bet it will be. They're like, oh, we'll get people to like our game. Like, oh, that's a bad idea, dude. I'm not. I told you, like, I'm not playing the beta. If it comes out when Halo comes out, I'm not gonna play one game like you said. I'll just play one game.
I'm going to
I'm not
play
doing that.
one, okay?
No.
Like, I'll play one match.
It's
but
Halo or nothing.
I can play one match.
No, you can't, dude.
I guess
Think
I'm...
about the children.
What?
Like me. Think about me as the child. Like, I'm gonna need my playing partner, with me.
You can play partner with me on Star Wars Battlefront.
Right.
Star Wars Battlefront?
No, I don't want to play partner with you. That's weird.
Well, where was I going? Oh,
It's about the beta. I don't know.
well, when
How it's
I
gonna suck.
when I was in GameStop getting Metal Gear Solid, the guy, they usually go on their spiel about, hey, you want to reserve whatever.
They're like, the total's gonna be $30. I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like, did you want to put $5 down on Star Wars? I'm like, no, not today. Did you want to put $5 down on like My Little Pony? No, I don't think so. You want to put $5 down on SpongeBob? I'm like, no, dude. I really just want to leave right now.
Yeah, I want to like go home and play this game that I just bought.
Yeah.
But anyways, the guy, I guess maybe he's like the manager or something, because the managers, they get to like do like behind closed doors play tests and stuff. I guess they can talk about it, like make it sound really good so people will buy it. But he was telling me that he played Battlefront, and we were talking for a minute, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it because it's Star Wars and it's Battlefront and DICE is doing it. So either way, it's going to be pretty good. But I was like kind of worried that it wouldn't really, like, it wouldn't live up to what I remembered from the old ones. And he was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, you can definitely tell it has like a Battlefield feel to it. But it's not like you're playing Battlefield with a Star Wars game. Like it does like actually feel like a Battlefront game. So the hype is strong with that game.
I thought you were gonna act like some say something like Star Wars. The hype is strong within this one or something like that. That's what you.
I did. I just said the hype is strong with that game.
Well, I don't know. It didn't sound the same as like Yoda. I don't know.
I wasn't really even going for that. It just kind of came out, I guess, because it's Star Wars. So,
Anyways, like I said before, I'm not really looking forward to it. So the beta, at least, I'm looking forward to the game, but I'm not gonna play the beta. So,
well,
You know.
is there any like other stuff that you're looking forward to this fall?
I talked to Drew 9mm Feature.
Yeah.
And he got to go to PAX as a representative of Geeks Under Grace.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he got to play Rainbow Six.
Oh, nice.
And he said if you really enjoy Rainbow Six, he said it's gonna be exactly what you expect from one, but better. I mean,
Yeah, that one. Like, if I do get something other than Halo and Battlefront, it'll be Rainbow Six.
yeah.
Which with
So-
the Best Buy deal, I probably will be able
you're
to
definitely
get it.
getting that right because I'm definitely doing that. So
Yeah, I guess I'll probably go this week and find out about that.
yeah, let me know what they say because I'm gonna do it too.
Why don't you go and let me know what they say?
Because it's for me to drive into town in Hawaii is a lot more difficult than it is for you to drive
It's
into town.
a lot difficult.
It is. Shut up, dude. I don't know what I have to deal with here.
You don't know my life. So did we explain what that is? Like, if anybody's listening to this, do they know what that is? Maybe not.
Gamers Club unlocked.
Yeah,
Probably
so
not.
it used to be crazy expensive. Like, I considered getting it, but it was like too much. It was ridiculous. What was it, like $200 some?
Yeah.
But it was pretty much like GameStop's thing, like same thing GameStop does with the 10% off use and 10% extra trade-in value.
It's called what's it called? This is Pro membership, right? GameStop Pro. I
Yeah.
think?
But the difference with the Best Buy thing is you actually, what is it, 20%? You get 20% off of...
20% off any new game.
Right.
Which, in case you're wondering, that's a lot of money for a brand new game. That's without even like any trade-in value going towards it. So
Yeah, it's like around $40. You get like just a brand new game, you get $40. But so it used to be crazy expensive. So that's why I didn't get it. It was like $200 or something for 2 years. But
Right.
they changed it to where it's now only $30 for 2 years.
which that's awesome because you'll make your money back in like the
Yeah,
first
like
two
two
games you
games,
buy.
yeah. So I know our friend Dez has it, and that's where he gets all his games. Like, he just gets crazy deals on games from trading in and stuff. So I definitely want to check that out because I mean, a
and
lot of
just
people.
the 10% trade in. I mean, Best Buy has always kind of had more of a higher trade in than GameStop did in the first place. So
Yeah, I mean, I like GameStop. A lot of people are just totally GameStop haters, but I kind of like the smaller
well, I like GameStop.
shop.
Don't get me
But
wrong.
but yeah, I mean, that's a deal like that. You can't really pass that up. Did you hear that the thing, I think it came out a couple months ago, that GameStop was going to start taking in trades of old games
school
and old
stuff?
consoles? Yeah. I asked the guy about that, like, because I know they released it in some, like in Texas or something, like a couple of markets. I asked him, like, if there's any updates on that. He said that it was doing really well, but they haven't gotten any word of when it's going to come to this area. So that'd be interesting. I'd be interested in maybe picking up like an old console, like maybe a PlayStation 1, and play some stuff that I never played, because
Are you really gonna do that though?
I don't know.
Are you really gonna take time out of playing Halo and Battlefront to
I
play?
said
an
I
old
don't know.
PlayStation 1?
I said I don't know.
No, you're not.
I mean, I had a PlayStation 1, but like all I ever played was Star Wars games, so I never
I'm
played
just
any
telling
of
you,
the.
like, you're just gonna be wasting money.
Why would I waste money? It depends on how much it is.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
It depends. But like, that's cool and everything. But I like I just told you whatever when we were just talking about that there. Like just now, we just talked about when Sonic came back out or whatever, and I was it wasn't the same because I played it a million times before. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
how it's
but
gonna be with
I
every
wouldn't
other old
play.
game.
I would play stuff that I didn't play before.
Why wouldn't you play stuff like Halo 5 that you'd never played before?
I'll play Halo, okay, but
Hey, just admit when I'm right, okay?
yeah, well, I mean, if the program comes out like a year from now, then I'm not gonna be playing Halo as much as I will be like leading up to it.
Yes, you will. Anyways, we can talk about something that I'm looking forward to, but I'm not gonna buy. I'm
What?
looking forward to it for everyone else that never got the chance to play these games. But in October, they have the Drake collection for Uncharted.
Oh,
1, 2,
yeah.
3 coming out
Yeah.
remastered. So if you have a PS4 and never got to play any of the Uncharted's, you're an idiot. If you had a PS3 and didn't play them, So-
Our friend from the Reform Gamers podcast, Logan, he's a big PlayStation fan, but I found out a couple weeks ago that he never played Uncharted. I was like,
you tell him he's stupid.
no, not really, because it's not really polite, but I mean, I thought it to myself. But no, yeah. Like if you don't even like I'm not even a big PlayStation fan, and Uncharted, that series is like one of my favorite series of games like ever.
Of like all time.
Yeah. It's a little difficult to get through the first one because I mean it does feel a little dated. Some of the mechanics are
Give me a break.
wonky, but a lot of people are like, oh, the difficulty is too much and like it's not really worth playing.
What?
But,
I beat it on the hardest difficulty and got all those trophies. Are you kidding me?
yeah, but
People
I mean
say
I
that
don't
about the
remember.
game?
Yeah, no, that's like a big deal. It's like it starts off kind of easier and then it gets like crazy difficult near the end.
I didn't know people complained about that.
I've heard that a lot, but yeah, I didn't really remember anything like that. But if you've never played Uncharted, like Taylor said, there's something wrong with you. Definitely get that and play it.
Unless you bought into the it's too difficult hype, you're an idiot if you did. So
I remember when I got the PlayStation 3, I was just gonna play like exclusive stuff on it.
like The Last of Us. I remember when you bought that when we were at
Yeah.
your house.
That was The Last of Us. That's like
Wow.
that's probably like
One of the
number
best.
2 next to Halo.
Well, that's weird because Naughty Dog made that game too, just like Uncharted.
But yeah, so when I bought the PlayStation, I think they had like a Uncharted 1 and 2 like combo disc thing that I bought when I was working at Target. And like literally that's all I played like nonstop. And it's like as soon as I got done with Uncharted 2, I went back and bought Uncharted 3. So
Yeah,
I
because-
was lucky to be able to play them all like in sequence. And everybody, like if you haven't played it now, that's why this collection is good because you can just sit down and play them all. You don't have to wait for them. But those are really really good games.
phenomenal games. I mean, I remember when I played all of them, but just one after one. When the second one came out and I beat the second one, I was like, when's the third one coming out? And then they put that trailer out when the trailer for the E3 trailer for Uncharted was when he's in the sand, like the desert and stuff, and then the airplane blows up. Like, my mind was just blown. I was like, this game is just phenomenal. It's just beautiful. And oh man, I'm just really excited. I'll just say that I'm really excited for Uncharted 4.
I'm always excited like for people that have never played something like a really good game to have a chance to play it and kind of like
And then
watch them talk about like how good it is. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like
like I told you so.
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be the fourth one comes out. I think like March of next year.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming out in the spring
We do
spring window. We'll have
a
to
lot of
talk
good
about
games
that.
coming out.
We'll have to talk about kind of upcoming stuff at some point.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, we got the Division coming. I think correct.
Yep, Division's coming out spring next year.
I mean, all that stuff, which is nice because if I can get my house before I get married, I'll just be living in my house, like playing video games on the weekend, like whatever.
Why do you have to have a house to do that? You do that now.
I don't know. It'll be more enjoyable. I can like sit around in my underwear and play video games instead.
You do that now.
You're right. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know why. I don't know what a house, like what difference a house would make.
I don't know, dude. Maybe just the freedom.
Well, just think like when you're married, like you can let Allison witness like all the greatness of
Oh, she will.
of video games. You got to convince her to play through Halo with you.
Yeah, right.
Halo's the easy one for girls to pick up.
Yeah, right. She'll never do that. I wish she would, but she never would.
Oh, I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, I'd be content if she would, like, just sit there and watch and try and understand what's going on.
Got to educate her.
I mean, I tried. You know, I showed her that the Halo 5 cinematic intro, and she's like, I don't know what's going on. It's like, well, like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what's going on. It's just awesome.
Yeah. So,
Like it's just a bunch of Spartans like steamrolling like huge enemy armies. Like that's what's going on.
it's not like a bunch of Spartans, like 4 Spartans doing this.
Yeah. Anyways, let's wrap the show. Wrap it up.
Okay. Anything else you
Wrap
want
it
to
up
talk
and
about?
nail it. No, that's why I said wrap it up.
Well,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Tyler's
dude.
not here.
Yeah.
Just in
said,
case
"Oh,
anybody
yeah,"
was
like-
wondering. He's not just like,
Tyler.
yeah, Tyler and Tanner they were taking a little nappy and they had to go to church. So,
Not together.
well, I don't know if Tanner was taking a nap. I know Tyler was.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So.
they're not here.
So that's
Hopefully
where we're
they'll
at, yeah.
hopefully they'll
That's
join
where
us
we're at.
next week.
Yeah, they'll be here next week, but
One last thing. I was on a new podcast that I'm a part of. I'm not running this podcast, so it's not taking up a whole lot of my time. But it's with a guy that I met. His name's Richard Haas, and he's an older guy. He's like in his 40s, I believe, like mid 40s. But we have a show talking about issues that men deal with and how it relates to like our faith and Christian life, stuff like that. And our first episode we did on Friday was about adultery
with
and
cereal to choose. Oh,
what? No. It was about adultery and like the Ashley Madison stuff. And you know what?
you know what? I just thought everybody thought that was a big joke. Like that's so funny that people were on that had Ashley Madison accounts. That's not funny.
What?
Like like people when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I'm so glad they got found out. That's so funny that people were doing that. It's so embarrassing." I'm like, that's not funny or embarrassing. Like it's just downright, like just despicable and sad. Like,
Well, yeah.
don't know
I mean,
what's
yeah.
I don't know what's so comic about it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not funny, but it was good that they got found out.
Oh yeah, but
But we talked about that and some of the like big name Christian names that got found out on there. So definitely check that out if that interests you. I think it was a really good show. We're going to be doing it.
Shut up. I think there was like 5,000 to 6,000 DoD personnel on that list, which DoD means Department of Defense. So
Yeah, there was
from the
crazy
military.
government stuff on there. I think there was a bunch of like Liberty EDU emails that people saw on there. It's ridiculous.
Liberty EDU, like where Mariah goes.
Yeah, like the biggest Christian
What?
college in the nation. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong, man?
I don't know, dude. When I mentioned last time I was at the Planned Parenthood protest a couple weeks ago, and we were talking. There was a bunch of what? No, there was a bunch of Liberty students there, and we were talking. And I guess there's some people there that are they do it. They're out there a lot. Like that's not the only time they're out there. Like they're out there every week or every other week or something like that. But they said that they see people going in there with Liberty like sweatshirts and like Liberty clothing
Just because
articles.
you go to a Christian college doesn't mean you have to believe in what they believe.
Yeah, but I'm still like that's really sad.
And there's
like,
a lot of people who claim Christianity that believe in abortion and then they agree with it and stuff like that.
Oh
So,
yeah, I'm well aware. But anyways, so that show, not really an original title. It's called the Christian Mancast.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What is wrong with you people?
I had no say in the name. That was all.
I thought you were gonna say the Christian Man Cave. I was like, oh, wow.
That would have
That's really
maybe
weird.
been better. But
The
anyways,
Christian Man Cave? That's weird.
but anyways,
That's like
it
a
was
story about your man
Can
cave.
you
Now
shut
I don't know
up?
what your man cave is.
it was a really good show. So check it out. I shared it on my Facebook page. You can find it by the title or go to my Facebook page. My name's Christian Herring.
That's your name? What?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. You're just saying like a lot of obvious things.
Well, I mean, I don't normally say that on the show. Like people that don't know me, they don't know what my last name is. But what I was saying is we're doing it live before it goes down to a podcast version, and we're trying to do it at like 5:15 Eastern time every Friday. But
what website? What website is that?
it's on MixLR or something like that.
I wonder if that's government approved. Because that is, I could listen to you guys while I'm working. That'd be cool.
I don't know. It might be.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, check that out. I think it's MixLR. But this coming Friday, we're not doing it on Friday. We're doing it on Saturday this week because I'm working a different shift this week at work. But starting again back next week, that's going to be like the normal time. So definitely check that out. It's weird doing a live show because I can't like fix
That's
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I can't
What you
like.
say is what you say.
Yeah.
I'd be bad on a live show.
But I mean, you don't really think about it. Like right now, I'm not really thinking about how nobody's going to hear it until I edit it. But yeah, it's weird like seeing people because I have the chat room open. You can join like a chat room and type stuff in there while you're listening.
Cool.
And so I can see like everybody that's listening, and I'm like hoping I don't say
"Ooh."
something stupid. But it was really good. I think it turned out really good. So check that out. I think it's a good one. But that's one thing I'm starting. And then I'm trying to start, whenever I have time, I'm trying to start the other podcasts that I'm wanting to start up. Still trying to nail down exactly how to do that. So,
And I'm gonna start. What might sound stupid, but I would really like to find someone that can. If you know anyone that can make like a YouTube intro, Christian,
Tyler can.
like an animated intro.
Oh, like
I
all
really-
animated.
Because like with my new computer that I got, it's a
Yeah.
lot quicker, a lot of stuff like that, and I really would like to record gameplay and like put it on YouTube, just because, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I have like a lot of passion for that, and I love watching people play video games on YouTube, so I don't know.
All right. Well, listeners, let us know if
Yeah, if you're good at doing that, then let me know.
any of the 3 people we have listened to the show. Let us know if you know anybody that does that.
And I won't pay you to do it.
All right. Let's
I might pay you in hugs.
pay you in hugs. Free hugs.
Hey, can I say something really quick?
No.
I hope Selkie Peddler's listening to this because I hope he listens to this because I joined Selkie's. I'm saying this so I can expose his actual like hurtful and evilness. So I joined his party chat the other day,
Yeah,
and it was like Zach and someone else in there with him, and I was like, "Hey Zach, hey whatever."
they're playing Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, and they said hi, or whatever, and then Selkie said this. He was like literally as serious and mean as he could be. This is what he said. He was like, "Why are you in here?" I was like, you know what? Fine. And I quit. I left the party chat.
Wow.
And he tried to invite me back, and I declined it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Selkie Peddler exposed.
Selkie Peddler is actually a big old jerk face. So.